Right, ladies and gents, it is very, very, very good to see you again at the start of a new working week. What can I say? Love you all, and I'm very, very, very sorry that the last video that we did was a bit of a mess up in terms of audio, but this one hopefully is going to be a bit of a change from the last one, and you can actually hear what I'm saying, and then I'm not babbling like an idiot. I'm going to reread the last story, and maybe do a little bit more of a talk on content that's coming up on the channel, just so you guys get a little bit of extra content from me. As I thank you for your patience, because when I got the actual message that the video was a bit balked today, I was actually on a train, and so I was panicking on the train, going over my phone, trying to make sure things are alright, and then in the end I just deleted the video. So, here is not a re-upload, but a re-recording and re-upload of the last video. We have a story from somebody called COMPOSITE, and COMPOSITE has sent in a message. Very nice young fellow, and I read his story out last time, but I'm going to go over it again. I'm going to do reactions as if organically doing it all over again, because technically I am. I recorded this a few days ago, so I've kind of forgotten what it was all about, or at least the nuances of what was being said. Anyway, COMPOSITE says, "Hey North, just wanted to say thank you for the channel and the laughs. I really needed them, especially over the past couple of months. I am a huge Dark Eldar player. I'm 28 and was really touched by the story of the guy who came into your Games Workshop store, who then took his own life, and who was also a Dark Eldar player. And the way you described him, he kind of sounds weirdly like me, personally, and personality and looks-wise. I think you've told that story twice, and each time I saved it to my phone for when times got rough. Well, if times are getting rough, then please head on to the not the Patreon, that sounds horrible, to the Discord down below. Please head down there. It is free, we don't charge for it, and you can get a lot of help from a lot of decent people on there. Every single time I look on it, people are getting helped. People are getting a lot of really cool things off the chest, put it that way. So we've got a really cool set of people over there who can help you out, and it is free, so just click the link down below on Discord and go and have a word with them. Pushing past that anyway, I have been with my girlfriend for 3 years now. A real sweetheart, and somebody who was never really into the hobby, but always supported me in mine. She is a musician by trade, and works in studios a lot. My family all get along with her, but she never showed any interest in being involved in the hobby. Well, that's fine. That's fine. You know what? As long as your partner supports the fact that you do it, no one should actually care, you know? It's all good. It's all good. Everyone's happy. So, where was I? I always do this. I took her to the hobby store a few times, and most of the dudes in there would fall over backwards just to look at her. I mean, I'd say I'm decent looking enough, but apparently I was punching above my weight, or so they said. I think I brought this up in the last video as well. Please don't say that to your male friends. You know, as I said in the last video, like women love men. I say this all the time. Women love men for different things than what men love women for. What I mean by that is, a woman will look past your looks, will look past the way that you are, and if she sees a confident, well-dressed, well-groomed guy who's handling his business, who's handling his shit, that is more attractive to most women, not all, but most women, than somebody walking in there with a chiseled six-pack who goes to the gym all the time and acts like an arrogant douchebag, right? That's because most guys who look like that will act that way. They're not all going to act like Henry Cavill and pet puppies. You know what I mean? Most of them are going to act like douchebags because they don't have they weren't brought up right, or they've got something missing in their vacant personalities, right? Whereas men, for the most part, again, not everybody, men react to looks a lot more. You need to be quite a fit woman, hot woman, for a man to take an interest in you, or at least you have to be attractive to them for them to take it. It's all in the eye of the beholder, of course, but you need to be quite attractive to that guy for him to want to go out with you in the first place, right? Women, not so much, right? They will look past how you look. So whenever somebody says to you, you're batting way above your weight, just say, okay, yeah, no problem. But also in your head, just think, or maybe, right, I attracted a woman because I'm handling my shit, I've got a good job, I groom myself, and I actually put myself out there and I'm a decent guy to talk to. Maybe she's here because of that. And my massive penis. But we'll stick with the things that are before then, for now. But yeah, good on you. Don't let anyone put you down. Don't let the bastards get you down, right? You are the prize. You're awesome. Anyway, our store manager, Todd, let's call him, is a decent dude, but is one of those guys that I find it exhausting to talk to. Before I carry on the story, by the way, I know this is a re-recording, but if there is a knock on the door downstairs, I will have to go and get it. So I'm not going to edit it because I want to put it out tonight. So I may disappear at some point for like 30 seconds. Hope that's alright. I will warn you before I go. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Anyway, carrying on. It's kind of like his charisma, this Todd's charisma, the store manager. It's kind of like his charisma overloads you or something and just pushes what you want or what you have to say into the background. What is worse is that he seems to make the other person want him to take over the conversation, such as his naked charisma. He is also a raging feminist and tends to want to talk about injustices a lot. Yeah, alarm bells. Whenever a guy says that, alarm bells. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Eventually, people get wise to this and get kind of exhausted after a few talks and he moves on to the next person. You know that vampire from What We Do in the Shadows who feeds on negative energy? Yes, I do. This dude is like that, but feeds on positives. But his pushing leads to diminishing returns until you are completely spent and he moves on to the next person. I bring my girlfriend to the store, and he immediately makes a beeline for her and hits her with the normal spiel, which she begins to lap up. Like an idiot, I think this is my chance to ditch the guy and get away so I can play my game of 40k with a friend that I'm meeting at the store that day. If this all seems vague, it is because I need support and advice but do not want to dox or even hint at names or locations. I win the game in question and have heard my girlfriend having a laugh during the game, so I head over to her and we head out for dinner. No biggie. Over dinner, she asks if she can visit the store with me again and have a look at the hobby. It might be something she wants to do now she's gotten a good look at it. I say sure, good stuff. We call this in the business foreshadowing. We head back to the store the next week, and the week after, and the week after that. All of them follow the same pattern of Todd talking to her as I game. I start to get a weird feeling by the second visit, yeah, no shit. However, but I do not want to jump to conclusions in case my girl thinks I'm some overly jealous guy who cannot handle her being around geeks who like women. I didn't want to scare her away from the hobby I love so much. Well, that is a very, very, very good thing to want to do, my friend, is to keep her in the hobby. But, yeah, we'll see where this goes in a minute. Then, that's when the texting starts. She is texting someone all the time, and I have no idea who this is. She does not even text her girlfriends or sister that much. She is all of a sudden very insistent about talking about women's rights and wage gaps. Something she has shown little interest in previously, but I put this to one side. I am in the shower one day, and suddenly it hits me. Bam! Todd says that shit too. I get out of the shower and get dressed and head downstairs to speak to her, and she sees the look on my face before immediately bursting into tears. Yeah, here come the tears. It does remind me of like, you're not sorry I found out, you're sorry you got caught, you know what I mean, that sort of a thing. You're not sorry that you did it, you're sorry you got caught. But anyway, I confront her about who she has been texting, and she eventually shows me her phone. Hundreds of texts, flirtatious ones, very flirtatious, between Todd and her. He keeps talking about how much he loves their talks every week, and she is reciprocating. I am sick to my stomach and tell her to get the fuck out of my apartment. Luckily, it's my apartment and not our apartment. I give her $100 for the night, enough for a nice room in my area, and tell her to take her laptop and hit the road for the evening. She is devastated. Since then, she has moved back to her mum's for a bit, and I have said I need space to think. I went to the store and in front of everybody told him to leave me and my girl alone, and if I ever find him texting her again, I will not only come to the store and shove Magnus the Red up his arse, he plays 1,000 Suns, I will also send a letter to HQ about his behaviour. Yes, this is Games Workshop. Yeah, so what the hell do I do? Do I go on with the relationship and chalk this up to a blip, or is this done? My head is wrecked, I need help, man. Cheers, Coma Lies. So, first of all, my man, I'm very sorry that you've had to go through that. That is absolute bullshit. And I am going to carry on with this. Yeah, I'm going to carry on with this right now, because that is not my food coming to the door. I'm very, very, very sorry you had to go through this. It is absolute bullshit, to be honest with you. And I'm going to be absolutely... Well, first things first, if you take this to Games Workshop, this guy does not have a job anymore. That's just how things go with Games Workshop. You bring the company name into disrepute and they will get rid of you quicker than the plague. You are gone. You are absolutely gone from their company. They want nothing more to do with you, and that is the end. That is all you will be doing for the next, for the rest of your time in the hobby. You will not be, shall we say, welcome back in the store anymore, because they would rather you go in there and literally tell customers to F off than actually bring the company name to disrepute by doing something weird and creepy, like what this guy is doing, or what this guy has done. So, if you want to send that letter in, that is up to you. That is completely up to you. That is your prerogative, and you need to do what you need to do. I would not cost the guy his job over this. It might just be him acting out. You never know. But you did the right thing. You were confronting him, and he now knows that you know, so hopefully he backs off. But man, I need to tell you this, man to man. This relationship is over. I'm really sorry to say that. This sounds like a really nice girl, but you cannot let this person back in your life. Once they've done it once, they're going to do it again, even if they say they won't. You do not deserve to have to sit there while she has her phone out and wonder, who is she texting now? You do not deserve to have to sit there whenever she's out and about, wrecking your own head. That's not right. That's not fair. And that will happen. You will start to resent this woman, and it will end in tears. So, as far as I'm concerned, man, you really, really do need to take a large step away from this relationship. I'm really sorry, but it just is what it is. This is not your fault. You need to take a step away and make sure that, you are doing what's best for you. And as far as I'm concerned, walking away is what's best for you right now. I'm not a professional. I'm giving you just advice that I would do. Once they've done it once, they will do it again, and the trust is gone. I know she didn't technically do anything with him, but the trust is gone here, man. You need to just make sure that you know this is the right thing to do, at least from my point of view. Again, please do not sit here and think that my word is gospel. You wrote to me, you wanted my advice, here it is. Walk away. Walk away. I know she's okay with your hobby, and I know that she's okay with you going out and having fun with your friends and going to Games Workshop and having fun and all that. But, again, and also leave this Games Workshop, never go back to this Games Workshop again. If you have somewhere else to go and do the hobby, go and do it there. Divorce yourself from this person and from Games Workshop. Now, if your family like this person, it seems like she is quite nice, and she's wormed her way in, and she might, her family might like her. This is the kind of situation where your family might say something like, oh, but she was so nice, can't you just let her do this or do that, right? No, walk, right? I don't care if your family likes her. I've gone through this with my own family where they've liked one of my exes, and they've been like, oh, well, couldn't you just... No, I couldn't, because I'd be miserable. It's not about you, right? It's about me. You weren't in this relationship. I was. I need to do what's best for you. What's best for you, in my opinion, is to walk away. Even if this person made you happy, trust me, in the long run, it'll suit you better, right? That is my advice. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. It's bullshit. And by the way, if you're a Games Workshop manager, do not do shit like this. Even if you're a hobby store manager, do not do shit like this. You're in a position of authority, right? In a store. That means people, naturally, will want to fuck you. If you need to take advantage of that, that is a small penis move. Don't do small penis moves, alright? Look, if somebody shows interest in you and they're single and they're at your store, that's one thing. That's one thing. As long as you do your vetting and you make sure this person isn't just into authority, that's one thing, okay? That's fine. But, if someone's in a relationship, don't snark somebody else's girl away from them just because you're in power in that situation. Go fuck yourself. What a moron. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, plans for the channel this week. Just for those of you who do not know, I will be doing a video on the Inquisition tomorrow and how much of a bunch of idiots they are in the law. On Wednesday, we'll be doing more Hobby Nightmares, and we got some really good ones on Wednesday. On Thursday, we'll be doing another law video of something else, and it's probably going to be on the verboseness of Black Library narratives and the Horus Heresy, just how overly complicated they are and how stupid some of the books are, especially The Siege of Terror. I do not get why people like them so much, in all honesty, but I will get into that on Thursday. And on Friday, we'll do another Hobby Nightmares compilation, which some of these stories that we're getting in are absolutely fantastic. So, if you like what I do, hit the subscribe button, do all that fun stuff. I love you all long time, and you know what? Have an amazing, amazing evening. I will be streaming in about, shall we say, 20 minutes, or even right now. I might be streaming right now, so head onto the channel, say hello, because I'm going to stream some Scum, and I'm going to be going around and building my base, because the server that we are on right now, is about to have a lot of PvP content in that server, which should be very, very, very interesting. Anyway, love you all long time. Get all of your stuff from Composite Games, because they run a very nice discount of 5% if you use the promo code Northern Exile down below, and they always do a 20% off offer anyway, so you're getting 25% off if you use the promo code Northern Exile down below. Love you all long time, speak to you later, have a good one, and hopefully, you can hear me this time. Yay! See you tomorrow, have a good one.